Hey everybody. So I got story time for you. You ready? When I was 5 years old, I had a pet rabbit. It was a English lop. It was a male rabbit, and he was like silver, right? He had beautiful long ears. That's the nose wiggle, okay? Because I tried to talk to my rabbit with nose wiggles in series of snips and chips. Yeah, we're not going to go into making the sounds now because it's been too long. I can't remember how to do them right. Anyway, my mom one day comes home from the pet store and she tells me, "Oh, happy birthday. I got your birthday present. I got to teach you about your present first before I show you." She goes and gets a glass jar. She puts a rubber band and tin foil over it, tin foil and the rubber band around it. And then she tells me I have to stick my hand in this box and not to be afraid of whatever it is that's in it, right? And I pull out a big, huge red hair tarantula. And she says, I can name the tarantula whatever I want, but then she shows me how they showed her to hold it and milk it. She teaches me how to milk this tarantula and tells me that we're going to sell the poison that we milk out of it, but I needed to be very careful because 1, 2, 3 on the clock because it's very, very poisonous. She explains to me about the neurotoxins and everything, and like they explained it to her, right? My mother got a 5-year old a deadly poisonous spider, and I named it Get-Um. Get-Um was a female. Get-Um would ride on the rabbit, but I was very strict about this. I would not let Get-Um ride Thumper unless I had already milked Get-Um. And they knew I was serious about this and I told them both. I did not want something to scare the rabbit while the spider was riding the rabbit. And then the spider bite the rabbit. They were absolutely not to play like that. They were not to be mean to each other, no matter what everybody in the house or in the apartment acted like and felt like. Now, when I was a kid, if I got upset and a certain kind of upset, especially if I started crying, if I was scared and started crying, these creatures, and I say creatures loosely because they were not anything of this realm in this plane, they were darkness formed as spiders, would come crawling out of the ceiling, out of the cracks. We had drop ceilings in this apartment, right? And I remember one time when I noticed it, that's why I named the spider Get-Um. I started crying and these things started coming out. And first thing that spider did was haul across. I mean, I'd never seen her move so fast. Took off. I had just finished milking her, right? And she took off across the house. I was in the living room by the door, right? The door was like right here beside me. And I was sitting on the couch. And across the room was the kitchen, with like a little bar, a little island bar, but it was like an open area. Get-Um flew across all of that and climbed up the wall and was eating all these spiders. But they weren't actual spiders because I still had to feed her. She was still hungry. But that was one of the very first times I realized that something else in the universe was after me. Whenever my mom would bring men home, see, she worked as, I don't know how else to put it, she was a stripper. And she would bring guys home if they paid her extra, 3, 4, 5 on the clock when I started saying that, so that they could spend time with her. Okay? I don't care if she don't like it, it's the truth. I remember Gayla wasn't even barely born yet. Matter of fact, I don't think she was born yet. But she was my mother, Kimberly Ann Cooper, Neil, back to Cooper, was a stripper in Dallas at, I don't know, 419. I don't know what the name of the strip bar was, but I know that it was right there across the street from the Hooters that she worked at too. And that was right there by the Dallas Stadium, right? Well, she would bring these guys home, and then whenever she was tired of them, she would just leave and leave them there with me. We're not going to go into any more details other than trust and believe when I say my mom sold me before I even knew what was going on. That's the truth. Shame on her. It's yet another reason why I am such a serious vindicator for children especially children that are being abused or being left in situations that they don't know they shouldn't be left in. If you're a mom, don't do that shit. We all see through it. Just don't. Don't try to play like you don't know. Because my mother tried to play like she didn't know. And she was still convicted. That's right. Convicted. Her and my stepdad, Gregory Wayne Neal. Both. And they still got to keep my sister and brother and move out of the state. Okay? All they had to do was terminate their rights. Eat that one, justice system. 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm just saying, nowadays, I don't think I could handle a spider. I want to get back to them days, though, when I was a kid and I could. When I didn't have fear. Because I remember I just stuck my hand right in that box. I was like, come here, baby. And that spider was every bit bigger than my hand. And she just climbed right up on that thing and just sunk herself into it, just bit it and just milked it. And then when she was done, she'd wiggle herself around till she was done. And then because that's all I had to do was tell her and use that intention within me that expressed to her what I needed her to do and wanted her to do and why. See, y'all think it's magic and it's not. It's just will. Everybody can do it. But you got to have your heart posture and your perspective, your headspace in alignment. Because if you don't, that's how we all know you're lying.